horror films. You either love them or hate them, but there's no denying the facts that when they're done right, they can cause you so much fear even your shadow shits itself. But how easy is it to make a horror film that is genuinely frightening without access to expensive props, prosthetic makeup, special effects, lighting, and all the other resources a multi-million-pound film has at its disposal? And that's the question I'm hopefully going to answer by making a horror film with next to no budget, with the sole purpose of scaring a grown, actual man. This man, to be exact. And I tell you what, it's going to be a lot harder than you think.
I won't be scared. Okay, you won't do it.
But look, I've got faith. I've got loads of faith in our ability to create truly horrific, horrifying images, because we are in a location that is so scary, I wasn't even able to shit myself because my shit was so scared it wouldn't even leave my own body. And now I'm really constipated, so. Now, before we could hit record, I needed an idea for this film, and to guarantee us hospitalising this man with pure taste the difference fear, I was going to need to borrow heavily from the horror films that came before, and it was mainly going to be The Blair Witch Project and a more recent film called Longlegs. And when I say borrow, I mean I'm actually just going to steal it. Just the horrific, horrifying visuals, that is. I've still come up with a semi-original concept. I'm not that fucking lazy. The idea: what if a YouTuber, desperate to get more views, decided to make a video about staying overnight at a creepy derelict farm, who unexpectedly comes face to face with her biggest fan? And guess what? No surprises, he's a massive fucking creep. Marcus, unable to sleep for the rest of his life? Confirmed. Bang, at that. Now that we had the story locked in, it was time to activate the fear. So we assembled at our secret location that I'm going to be calling the Fear Farm. And got started on our opening shot, which, yeah, didn't go exactly to plan.
Learning a valuable lesson. We've got these suction cups for the car, but it is very, very, very juddery. You'd think it would be like absolutely solid, but it looks like it's on the washing machine.
So he swapped out the suction cups for Thomas and a gimbal, who had to wedge himself as far back as possible because I wanted the shot wide. How wide, you might ask?
Ultra wide. I want it so wide I can see the edge of the earth.
So with that problem solved, which was going to be one of many throughout the night, Thomas had a very important question.
I actually don't know what I'm going to do in it.
And little did he know, that question was going to be answered very soon. As you know, any self-respecting horror film has at least one jump scare to guarantee the audience tastes the fear, and our film was to be no different. We needed this guarantee as well. But unlike multi-million-pound films with huge prop and costume departments, all we had was some cheap lipstick and Thomas. You know, Halloween has Michael Myers, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre has Leatherface, we have Googly-Eyed Lips Man, aka Cat's YouTube admirer. And I can appreciate this looks very ridiculous and potentially not scary, but I had faith that once this shot was cut into the edit, alongside sound effects and music, plus Cat's terrified reaction, we would achieve our jump scare.
This is the kind of stuff you've got to do.
How else would you want to spend an evening?
Oh, not with my family.
No, don't spend it with you. Yeah. Spend it here, mate, in hell. Here we go. And you know what? We really were in hell. But hell looked very cinematic, because the unsung hero of this whole film was the location. And this is something you shouldn't overlook for your own film, because honestly, a decent location can make your film look way more expensive than it actually is. And ours was working overtime to create realistic horror.
What the fuck does that say, Tom? Oh, wow. What the fuck? That is so freaky. Oh. Then, and then the order in which we're going to die. And then you're going to die first.
Don't say that, Michael.
Then, Tom, you need to stay within sight, mate. I don't want you wandering off, because I think if you wander off, we'll never... Maybe this was an overreaction, but I was deadly serious. We had to avoid becoming our very own horror film. We were way too busy to get murdered, yeah? We didn't have time for that. We had too much to do, like figure out how to light the Fear Farm. As there was no power on site, we were limited to the amount of lights we could bring. So we used two Amaran 200Xs, which were the most powerful light we could use without draining the battery on Thomas's pickup truck. So they would be our main key lights, and the rest of the location would be lit by these ZHIYUN CINEPEER C100s, which we set to red to give us a punch of colour to contrast our blue backdrop, which helped to give our film its visual identity of blue and red, hence Cat's red jacket. The key lights were acting as a bluish moonlight that would flood each scene with light, creating pockets of shadow and darkness where the light was unable to reach. which again helped to create an unnerving environment for our main character, who was left wondering what was lurking in the shadows. You know, it could be anyone. Or maybe it's just Thomas.
I'm back, and I've got pizza. And I survived. Didn't get murdered.
Didn't get murdered?
No murders for me.
I'd have been really sad if you got murdered. Now, all the elements were coming together.
Kat, you got to do the thumbs up, Kat.
The location, the lighting, googly-eyed lips man. But there was one thing left troubling my mind. Was it enough? Was it enough to scare this man, a man we call Marcus? And I want him to be so scared that he forgets his own name. Like, that's the first thing that happens. He doesn't even know his own name. Fucking doesn't know what day of the week it is. I want him to not be able to sleep for about 2 months.
Yeah, but do you think
I want it to ruin his whole year. That's how scared
Yeah, I know what you
I want him to be.
I know what you want him to be that scared, but
Yeah.
is he actually going to be...
I don't know.
Okay.
And there was a good reason why I was worried. You see, our friend eats fear for breakfast. No milk, no spoon, just dry lumps of pure fear shoveled down with his bare hands. I've spoken to people. Word on the street is you can't be scared.
I won't be scared.
Okay.
You won't do it.
I'll name a film. You tell me if you were scared by it or not. Hereditary.
Scary?
Nah. Smile. Toy Story 3. A homemade video of me doing a poo in the woods. But I was not fazed by this because I had one more element up my sleeve, thanks to the Blair Witch Project. Old camcorder and loads of screaming.
Good screaming.
Now, if the Blair Witch was able to cause me as a kid to slip into a coma out of pure fear, hopefully it could at least help us put Marcus in some sort of mild discomfort. So that all of this hadn't been a waste of time, because it had been a very long night and it was fair to say the fear farm was starting to get to us. Filming under pressure is confusing. And in the darkness, it's even more confusing to the point where I don't know where anything is.
But why did you
Lens
take it
caps,
off?
mics, I don't know, mate, I had it on me a second ago. This place took it from me. It is sucking the life out of our souls, this whole place. This film has been cursed since we hit record. How many shots did we get done in 2 hours? One shot, that is below par, even for us. So we jumped into the motor and peeled out rather quickly. So I could get straight down to editing, but more importantly, to see if our jump scare would actually work. And yeah, it didn't, but to be fair, I knew what was coming, considering I filmed it and now I'm editing it. But we were still missing the final ingredient, an ingredient that every top-tier horror film vitally needs: sound design. Maybe this would be enough to cement Marcus into a coffin made out of his own fear and screams. So with the cameras set up and the speakers turned up to a level that would make ears bleed, I dropped Marcus a text message to let him know the film was ready for his eyes. Now, I would highly recommend pausing the video here and watching the film for yourself first, as effectively we're about to spoil the whole film for you. So, yeah, maybe do that. No? Okay, fine. Anyway, everything was set. We pressed play and waited in the shadows for Marcus to pass out from the pure, unfiltered fear he was about to receive directly into his melon.
Now, I know it's not cool to ask any more people, but please like and subscribe. And then I can carry on making content like this just for you.
There she is. I've always noticed you. And now finally I can help your channel blow up.
Okay, yeah, I see what's happened here. We have apparently not scared him, but maybe he's keeping it all together on the surface, but deep down inside, he's shivering with fear.
Yeah, so what do you think would have helped it actually be scary?
Me not having seen Long Legs very recently.
Yeah.
I definitely think there was a I know all these people factor involved. And the fact that I knew this whole thing was specifically designed to try and scare me, so it felt like a bit of a joke. That sounds unfair.
Well,
It was really
I
good.
tried to be freaky.
It was good. It was good.
We tried and we failed to make our friend poo himself. I'm so sorry.
I did poo myself, I just wasn't scared.
Do I do that as well?
Yeah.
Right.
But look, I'll let you be the judge on whether this film was scary or not. So go ahead, watch it, and let me know. Did you shit yourself?